For our gang of prison stories, man. These is lived experiences. Welcome back to the Swang Low Podcast Show. Do Rock Creep. It's an absolute pleasure to be back here at this round table amongst my round table family. Salute to all of y'all that's able to catch this live. And most definitely salute to all of y'all that's able to catch it a little bit later. Prioritize as you may, as long as you make it to this round table when you can. Salute, salute, salute. Now look, before I jump into what I came to jump into, please allow me this opportunity to ask, if you haven't already did it, to like, comment, share, and most definitely subscribe to the Swang Low Podcast Show. Do Rock Creep. I would greatly appreciate it, man. It won't cost you a dime to hit the subscription button. I promise you. It helps us get further into the algorithm. And as we grow further into the algorithm, as you becoming an official family member here at this roundtable by hitting that subscription button, you go on this full journey with us. You feel me? So don't deprive yourself of becoming part of this roundtable family, man. We come here, we chill, we kick it, and I always encourage participation. Jump in the chat, man. You feel me? Because my roundtable family, hey, I hand it over to them and let them do what they do. I just ask that everybody keep it respectful with each other. You feel me? Because at the end of the day, we are all grown. We are all here for the same purpose. You know what I mean? And that's to get educated, be educated. You feel me? And, uplift, build. You feel me? Support. That's what we here for, y'all. Y'all know that. We cannot forget that that's the mission. You feel me? Even if you're not in agreement with what we present here at this round table, you don't have to come as an enemy. But guess what? If by chance you come as an enemy, we got a place for you. I promise you that. Like, comment, share, and subscribe to the Swang Low Podcast Show. Do Rock Creep. I would greatly appreciate it. Make sure y'all hit the notification bell, man. So when we do these lives or I drop a random video like I did yesterday, drop like 3 of them. You know what I'm saying? Y'all be right there front and center. You won't miss a beat on nothing. They'll notify you immediately. All right, now look, man. Y'all see what the thumbnail say, right? Hey, a guy is being charged with his cellmate in prison, unaliving, right? Now, I have to say that to y'all again because I want y'all to feel the real true impact of what's really going on, right? Because I want you to try to imagine this. Try to imagine you in your everyday life out there right now, right? Just by chance you have a loved one that's incarcerated. No matter how much time he got, whether he got a license or a couple of years to do, right? You got a loved one that's incarcerated right now, but you out there in your everyday life free. Now, everybody that has somebody that's incarcerated, you always want the best for them. You don't ever want to hear about nothing happening to them or, you know what I'm saying, they having any type of hard time while incarcerated, right? Bam, all of a sudden one day, out the blue, you get a phone call from the prison officials letting you know that your loved one was unfortunately unalived in prison. Hey, think about that. All of y'all out there, I'm pretty sure all of y'all know somebody or got somebody that's incarcerated. You know what I mean? And you care about them, right? And again, you want to see them get through it and back to their freedom. But a lot of dudes don't make it back to their freedom, right? Unfortunately, they don't. Shit happens in prison, man, and you can find yourself in a situation, man, where you could be fighting for your life. You feel me? And every blow can be your last blow. Every stabbing juncture or every stab wound can be your last stab wound. You have people that have absolutely no problem with taking your life or attempting to do so. This is how dangerous prison is. This is how dangerous prison is, people. It's critical for y'all to understand the environment that I am currently in right now, which is a level 4 general population mainline yard, right? Where a lot of these unalivings, where a lot of this level of violence happens at. The level of violence that happens on these general population mainline yards is like no other. When it's up, it's up. And everybody that's been through prison notice about the level 4 general population mainline yards, which is why you have so many different rules and regulations that's enforced and pushed, because the people that dwell on those level 4 general population mainline yards know how deadly things can get and be and become. Now, this situation that just took place in New Folsom State Prison, right? 24 to 48 hours ago. Unfortunately, a guy by the name of Walter Bedell lost his life, right? I'm not sure what the circumstances was that surrounded him losing his life. And in all honesty, I mean, this is an active homicide, so we ain't here to speculate. We ain't here to give any evidence, you know what I'm saying, or none of that. And in all honesty, we're not here to speak specifically about this situation. However, this situation did just take place, like I said, 24 to 48 hours ago in New Folsom State Prison. A guy, an inmate by the name of Walter Bedell, lost his life. Correctional officers went to his cell, I guess, and found him unresponsive. Now, he's locked inside of his cell with his cellmate. So it is alleged that his cellmate is being charged. They say they are investigating this as a homicide, right? Which means his cellmate is being charged with his unalive, and his cellmate goes by the name of Jonathan Blackwell as well, right? I believe both of these guys had a lot of time to do, you know, or one of them had, at least one of them had a life sentence. I believe it was probably the guy that, the cellie, you know, Jonathan Blackwell, had life sentence. Again, we don't know why this situation happened or took place, you know what I'm saying? But I am here to bring light to a situation or situations, right, when it comes to the dangers of being in this environment of a level 4 general population mainline yard. And this happened on a level 4 general population mainline yard, in which this marking the 113th prison level 4 general population, well, prison death, but the majority of those homicides being on the level 4 general population mainline yards. This marks the 113th death, okay, in like the last year. That's a lot of people. No, not all of those deaths happened on level 4 yards, but the majority of them did. You feel me? And being that this situation, from what they say, happened inside the cell, because again, the COs, the correctional officers, went to this guy's cell and found him in the cell unresponsive, and the only one that's in the cell besides him is his cellmate. They're locked inside the cell. You feel me? And there, once you locked in, you're locked in. Ain't no in and out, ain't no coming and going or none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Once you're locked in for the night, you locked in that motherfucker for the night until the next day. You feel me? And that's what happened in this situation. They've seen that this guy was unresponsive. The only one that's in there with him is his cellmate. And so they take the cellmate and put him in the hole pending investigation for the unaliving of his cellmate. You feel me? So again, in prison, man, you have to. That's why it's critical that you know who you have around you. It's critical, especially in this small space. You're asking a lot of two grown men to occupy the same small space day in and day out for however long, day in and day out. That's somebody else's attitude that you have to adjust to being around. That's somebody else's, energy, whether the energy is good or bad, that you have to adjust to, you know what I'm saying, being around every day, as well as him adjusting to your attitude and energy and all that, day in and day out, while occupying such a small space, a space really technically that's designed for one human being, but they forced two. That's a fact. Shout out to all my roundtable family, man. My beautiful woman, Miss Golden. I send my love to you as always. Guerrilla Warfare, salute, salute, salute. Glad you was able to make the live. Jay Brown, salute, salute. Glad you was able to make the live. Bobby J, what's up, Brody? Brody, salute, salute. Send my love and respect to all of y'all. King Grover, what's cracking, bro? Send my love and respect to you as always, Grove. Glad you was able to make the live. Guerrilla Warfare said that be the worst way to catch it. Nobody can take the fall from him either. Anthony Anderson. King Grover said 113 113 unalive and so far this year. Shit is cracking. Yeah, bro. Hey, King Grover, it's been happening left and right. But just like shit. About a month ago, it was another dude that unalived his celly in Delano. You know what I'm saying? Urban survival guy. He said can't be BS. From LA. I don't know what that. I am from LBC, California. Oh, okay. Urban survival guy, salute. Glad you was able to make the live, Brody. He say I am from LBC, California, Long Beach. Salute, salute. Send my love and respect to the beach. You feel me? Old beta. Okay, I don't know what that say. Yo, bro, did you block me? Nah, but I'm finna block you now, weirdo. You got the wrong channel. No reparations, no votes. Salute, salute. Glad you was able to make the live, Brody. No reparations, no votes. Say was going to get them. Oh yeah, man. Hey, the weirdos is out today, and guess what? I know where they coming from, but I got something in store for that person. So we focused right now. We here to address, you know what I'm saying? This situation, man. The level of violence that again, being in such a small space, you to a certain degree, like you letting your guard down. You feel me? And that person also is letting their guard down because y'all occupying this little space. This space right here is extremely small. You feel me? And the person, just imagine, right? I'm here, right here. This is a top bunk. This is where that person will be. You feel me? And this, like I said, y'all couldn't even walk shoulder to shoulder in the cell. You know what I'm saying? Because it's so small. So having to live in that small space like that, day in and day out. You know what I mean? Those people be waking up with all kind of shit on their mind. You know what I'm saying? Some dudes be uh, uh, in their case. You know what I'm saying? Some dudes be tripping on what they woman got going on the streets. Some dudes is stressed out over their kids. Some dudes is, some people just rotten to the core in their mind and wake up just miserable. You feel me? And you just got to you just got to be careful when choosing the person that you're gonna have in that small space with you like that. I told y'all about the one dude when I was in Calipatria. I had just got out the hole. That's how I even ended up in the cell with him, right? But he was a Crip, and I get out the hole, and I go in the cell with this dude, and you know what I'm saying? I remember being in there one night, man, and I wake up. Right when I wake up, I got my head under my blanket, so I pull the blanket from over my face, and the light is on inside the cell. The bright light is on. So I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm like, damn, I know it ain't morning time already and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, why the fuck the bright light on, right? So bam, when I pull the blanket down a little bit more, I'm on the top bunk. I'm up here, right? So bam, I pull the blanket down a little bit more, and I look out, and I see my cellmate pacing back and forth in the cell. This is like 2, 3 in the morning. 2, 3 in the morning, mind you. I'm just getting out the hole. I didn't know this dude before then. This is my first time meeting him. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't know what his characteristics was. You know what I mean? I didn't know none of that. So when this incident took place, I'm tripping. I'm just like 2, 3 in the morning, and this dude got the bright light on in the cell, just like this. It's lit up just like this, right? And he's pacing back and forth in this little ass cell. But while he's pacing back and forth, he got like sweating like a motherfucker, dripping sweat all over, right? So I'm looking, I'm like, what the fuck is this dude doing, right? So bam, I sit up. When I sit up in the bed, that's when I look down and I see he got a knife in his hand while he pacing back and forth in the cell, right? So I'm like, what the fuck? It's 2, 3 in the morning. This dude is up pacing back and forth in the cell with a knife in his hand, sweating like a motherfucker, right? So I'm like, hey, man, what's happening, bro? He's like, huh? I'm like, it's like 2 or 3 in the morning. You up in here pacing back and forth with the bright light on. What's happening? You got a knife in your hand too? So I guess he snapped out that little trance that he was in with it, whatever he was going through mentally, and like, look, he like, oh, he said, no, this ain't for you. This ain't for you, cuz. This ain't for you, right? So bam. He had mental issues. You feel me? Point blank period. And you have dudes like that in prison. That's why they used to have the mental health system. When they had the mental health system, they kept them dudes that really needed that shit isolated from the general population yard. Of course, a few of them slid through. You know what I'm saying? And some of them that did slide through ended up doing, damage, such as unalivings. You feel me? I told y'all about the white guy. This dude, I really didn't talk to him too much because, in all honesty, he was real racist. You feel me? Like, but I mean, you're in prison, you're on a level 4 yard. You're gonna find that all day, every day. You got some dudes that's not gonna say one word to you, and you know what I'm saying? That just be the way that it is. You know what I mean? Like they on they shit. So bam, he was kind of like that. But and I used to see him every day because I worked in the building. But this one night, you feel me? For whatever reason, his cellmate ended up killing him. Caught him while he was asleep and beat him in his head and in his face with his own TV while he was asleep. unalived him, right? So again, man, you know, when these type of things happen, it's one or two things: either it was designed that way, right, or uh somebody had mental issues to the point of no return, to the point of, you know, whatever it was that set them off inside that little confined space. It was to the point of no return, to the point of, I also told y'all about the other situation between the Bloods when I was in Salinas Valley State Prison on the Sea Yard, right? One of the Bloods was from Bounty Hunters, and the other Blood was from Crenshaw Mafia, right? Now, the one that was from Bounty Hunters had arrived to that prison with me. We was on the same bus coming from Delano Reception. You feel me? So we left Delano Reception, and right, we left the Delano Reception and landed in Salinas Valley at the same time on the same day, right? It was me, it was him, bro from Bounty Hunters, Rick James, and it was Sasquatch from Great, right? Bam, we all get to that yard the same day. You feel me? So, you know, I remember like that day when bro lost his life. Earlier that day, we all out on the yard. I see him, I see Rick James from Bounty Hunters, and I see bro from Crenshaw Mafia, Pookie. I've been knowing Pookie, right? But like I said, I had just met Rick James for coming from Reception, going to Salinas Valley. You know what I'm saying? But I had a rapport with Pookie, right? So I remember that day, earlier that day, we out on the yard, and the first one of them I talked to, I believe it was Rick James. I believe he had came and asked me and my homies, did we know if it was an open cell in our building that he was trying to move and this and that and blah blah blah, right? And I remember us having that little short conversation that day, earlier that day, bam. And then I think I ended up talking to Pookie multiple times that day, as a matter of fact. Both of them was out on the yard that day, you know, trying to, you know, get a cell move done. You know what I'm saying? So, and this was something that they had been trying to get done. You feel me? And when you know, the police be bullshitting a lot of times, man, when you trying to get, you know, one of your homeboys moved in the cell with you, or, you know what I'm saying, you trying to find a better arrangement. You feel me? A lot of times they be bullshitting, but in this case, they had been trying to get that move done. So anyway, talked to them both briefly, both, you know, but Pookie, I believe I talked to him multiple times that day. Shout out to my boy Dillinger too from PDL. He be he be tapped in from time to time. He was there. You feel me? I've told this story on this show before as well when it comes to the two Bloods, right, and the one losing his life. But yeah, man, that night, later on that night, shit, that same day, but later on that, I had heard an alarm, probably like a couple of hours after we was all out on the yard. You feel me? Once we go back into the building, then bam, I hear alarm go off, right? But by this time, everybody is locked back in their cell, so bam. Then next thing you know, they say we on lockdown. So we like on lockdown, like what the fuck? That now during this time we didn't know the severity of what had happened. We didn't find that out until now. Now this is like 11 o'clock at night when the news come on. The news come on. Just so happened we in the cell laid up chilling, watching the news, bam, and it come on. inmate um, attack and kill his cellie, right? And they show both of the pictures on the news. I'm like, what the? I'm blown out the water, right? When I see the two pictures was Rick James from Bounty Hunters and Pookie from Crenshaw Mafia. The same two dudes that I had talked to earlier that day. You feel me? So to see this on the news blew me out the water, man. I couldn't believe it, you know. But yeah, that situation ended up happening. They were cellies. Unfortunately, they wasn't able to get the bed move done before that situation turned the way that it did, man. And one of the guys ended up losing their life, who was Rick James from Bounty Hunters. You know, lost his life in that unfortunate situation, man. That happened in Salinas Valley State Prison, and that was um 90. That was 97, 1997, I believe. Home Record Junior. I see you looking for some attention today. No reparations, no vote said, is the mental health known as sensitive needs yours? Um, well, when it comes to that, that's a good question. No reparations, no vote. They have a thing called EOP. EOP, it can be considered part of the mental health, because a lot of the guys that get in the EOP program, that's looked at as PC, the EOP, because they go there saying that they having, you know, mental issues, and they're taking these medications and all this shit, you know what I'm saying, and they have put them in the EOP, so they won't be on the main line, but they won't be in the hole either, you know what I'm saying. So that's looked at as PC, that part. But just the mental health overall, like how they used to have, that's just automatic separation. Like if you have some real mental health shit, that's where they finna put you at. You know what I'm saying? But the EOP part, that's PC all the way, all day, every day. Urban survival guy. He said, "You been with Southsider?" Yes, I have, sir. He say, "I'm drinking an 805 Firestone beer." Huh? I hope that's not dissing nobody. Home Record said, hey, Home Record. Hey, man. But you want some attention. And I see you want that attention bad. Like, I don't know who this really is, right? With this fake profile, right? Like I said, I'm going to get that attention to you tomorrow. Right now, we focused. Mac Ryan, 9091, salute. Glad you was able to make the live, Brody. Send my love and respect to you. Hey, man. But yeah, 113 guys have lost their life in these prisons. You feel me? 113 within the last year or so. Well, not in the last year. I'm gonna say in the last year and a half. Last year and a half to 2 years. 113, not passed away from natural causes, or none of these are homicides. 113. Right? So y'all have to think about this, man. To the people, because I always stress to the point of no return that when you go and you start considering trading your freedom for this shit, meaning prison, to come to these level 4s or wherever you choose to go do your time at, right? People are losing their life. People are losing their life. I'm I'm in an environment, but you can't run from nothing. There's no running. Where you gonna run to? There's no running. You have to stand up and face everything like a man. Everything. You feel me? But to be thrust inside these little ass cells, that's really designed to be a one-man cell. In all honesty, the space is so small, right? I have videos in my shorts, that shows inside these cells how small they really are. There's nothing spacious about it. So just imagine two grown ass men that have to occupy them little small box spaces, and you being forced to have to tolerate another man's energy in that small space. Whatever he waking up to or whatever you waking up to, y'all have to learn how to get through your day every single day. Sometimes some people ain't able to do that, and they end up in that little space warring with each other. Mental games and shit start getting played. Next thing you know, somebody done a little bit too much. Somebody feel just that much more offended to the point of no return. Now you got two alpha males that's inside that small space that's full of metal and concrete. It's easy for you to lose your life inside of one of these little cells because this is metal, right? This is a metal bump. The desk over here, that's metal. The little chair thing that you sit on, that's metal. The lockers and shit, that's metal. The toilet and sink, that's metal. So just imagine you got two alpha males that's inside these little spaces fighting each other to the death. You can easily get your head driven into one of these jagged edge metal pieces. Bam, and then you gone. I've seen it happen. I've seen dudes get in cell fights and lose their life in those fights. Or if they didn't lose their life, man, they were so messed up. You feel me? Like, just imagine, like, for instance, like this situation, that this guy had to be, because I know the scenery, right? I know the scenery. I've seen it so many times where dudes get into it inside that small space, right? And bam, by the time the police get involved and is trying to save whoever's life, they drag you out that cell. Your body ain't moving, you ain't moving. You're laid out, you out. You done caught the shit end of the fight. Medical staff, they pumping on your chest. They trying to bring you back any way. If they care. You got some medical people that don't give a F. I've seen that happen too. I've seen situations where the medical let a dude die right there on the yard in front of all of us. Refused to give him mouth to mouth. Everybody cussing this medical staff out. This is a little Asian lady, I'll never forget. Right? She refused to give a dude mouth to mouth. The police, everybody cussing her out. Give him mouth to mouth, you stupid bitch. Give him mouth to mouth. She's standing there like, no. Everybody on the yard screaming at her. She refused to do it. Man died right there on the yard in front of all of us. I've seen that play out. Of course, I told you, seen people get shot. Some people shot in the head, shot in the back, shot in the chest, shot in the hip. You feel me? King Grover said somebody should have got her ass too. Hey man, they ended up taking her off the yard after that. They didn't keep her around, King Grover. They took her off the yard after that, bro. You feel me? She refused to give him mouth to mouth because he was black. Hey, I'm calling the baller, strike a strike. This was an elder. Look, I would never forget this day because I think I told this story on my show before, right? But that day, I remember I had came out the building and I'm walking around the track, and this guy, him, and another, these are older black guys, right? Had to be like in their 60s, right? They sitting along the curve of the track, right? Him and another black dude. They sitting there playing chess. They got their chess boards right in between them, and they sitting there playing chess, talking shit to each other. So when I walk by them, I say what's up to them. They say what's up, right? As they sat there and played chess, and then I kept going. I went about my way. I didn't stop at nothing. Just said what's up to them in passing. They said what's up, and I kept going. And I actually, when I walked past them, I remember going to the middle of the yard to the gate, right? And I remember standing over there. I was hollering at who I was hollering at. I was over there probably for about 15 minutes, and then next thing I know, I hear them screaming, "Get down! Get down!" They screaming this over the loudspeaker. Yard down, right? So I'm looking around, I'm like, what the fuck going on, right? And I look over and I see the one of the dudes over there that I had just walked by not too long ago that was sitting over there playing chess, one of the older black dudes, laid out on the ground, not moving. You know what I'm saying? And I remember standing there just looking. I just, all you can do, man, is just look, right? Like, damn, what the fuck? Like, I just walked by, man. I just said what's up to them. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, we all watched him die right there on the yard. You feel me? That was probably one of the coldest ones when he could have been saved if she would have did anything. You feel me? Unfortunately, the correctional officers cannot perform CPR or no type of anything. They can't do it. It has to be the medical staff. That's why the ones that was over there, the COs that was over there, you even had them. You know what I'm saying? Cussing her out, literally cussing out this little nurse who was an Asian lady, right? Like, everybody was tripping on that. Everybody tripped on that. You feel me? And yeah, man. Unfortunately, bro, died right there in the yard. King Grover said, damn, shaking my head, cold-blooded. No reparations, no votes. Said, I bet they did. She didn't want nobody to smell her cat suit breath. They ended up putting her, when they took her off the yard, they put her over in the main medical, which they call CTC. You know what I'm saying? So they put her where, you know, the type of contact that she had with people that was over there basically is locked in the room. When you over there, you locked in your room 24/7. The only time you come out is to shower, and you go right back in your room. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't no yard or none of that shit over there. So she didn't have no contact with no inmates, although she didn't lose her job and none of that shit behind not giving the CPR and watched him die right there on the yard. You know what I'm saying? They just took her off the yard because she got a lot of death threats after that. No reparations, no votes. Say one day we are here, and then one day we gone. UGK, yep. No reparations, no vote say she should have been fired and lost her license. It's against her oath. Yeah, man, that's what a lot of us was saying and thinking, But again, these people have a very strong union, and they go all out to protect their own. Their union is one of the biggest and strongest in California, period. They back a lot of political figures, governors, and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? So they have a very, very strong influence and a very, very strong union, CDC. No reparations, no vote said union makes sense. Yeah. They have a very, very strong union, bro. Very strong. No reparations, no vote say that union is mob ties. Hey, you got to look at it like this, right? I look at that type of shit as like not just mob ties. I mean, unless you consider like the Freemason type shit. You feel me? I would consider it more Freemasonish. You know what I'm saying? Because is the top people that you would never see. The top people you would never see. These people that, like the people up in Sacramento that actually run all the prison shit. You know what I'm saying? Like these people, they doing is pushing chess pieces around on the chessboard. And everybody else, all of us, the COs and everybody else included, ain't nothing but pieces on that chessboard. You feel me? That's all that's going on. And these are people that you would never see. Ern Estickert. What up, Salute? Glad you was able to make the live, Brody. Snoopy Delta, he said, I hope you get out to your loved ones. Bless you. Hey, I appreciate you, Snoopy Delta 25. Thank you for bringing that energy. You feel me? We're going to keep speaking that into existence, man, until it happened and I'm on that side of the camera, still giving y'all these stories and shit and these testimonies because it don't stop. You feel me? I'm not going to be one of them guys like y'all have seen that was behind the camera in prison, then got out and start drifting into a whole bunch of other bullshit, while once preaching a good one. That ain't finna be me. You feel me? Like, I'm direct, focused. You feel me? The mission is greater than me. The mission is always going to be greater than me. You feel me? Shit, it's going to be greater than us. But, again, you feel me? We're going to keep speaking, me getting out, coming home, you know what I'm saying, into existence as much as we got to. I can never get tired of hearing enough of that. No reparations, no vote said, hey, square business is real. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, man, y'all have to. Snoopy Dill Todd 25 said, I'll claim with you, brother. For sure. Hey, this is what I want the people to know and understand, man. The importance of making y'all aware about 113 people losing their life in prison. I've described to y'all in many different situations some very, very horrific things that I've seen. All on these level 4 yards. Multiple people have lost their life. Here one day, gone the next. Multiple people have lost their life. You feel me? I'm thankful. I know how blessed I am to have made it. Being in prison almost 32 years straight. The majority of that on these level 4 yards, man, where a lot of that violence has taken place and does take place. You feel me? And you will always be subject to that until the day you walking through them gates back to your freedom. And Life is not guaranteed to you until you are actually walking through those gates to your freedom. Until then, you in constant danger zone. That's what happens when you trade your freedom for this shit. You feel me? So I just want to point out and highlight out the things that the people that's out there that may be considering, doing that, going to do something crazy that jeopardize your freedom, right? I just want to point out to you what's to come, what you have to look forward to once you graduate to that level 4 general population mainline yard, where you're forced to be around all kind of different mentality types from all walks of life. You feel me? Hey, you don't know who the Grim Reaper is because there's so many of them. Yeah, you heard me correct. I said Grim Reaper. The Grim Reaper is always lurking around on these general population level 4 mainline yards. The Grim Reaper, the person that's coming to snatch your soul from you. The Grim Reaper is there. Every time I walk outside this cell, I'm around a whole bunch of Grim Reapers. And they don't come with a sign on them that say that they the Grim Reaper. You ain't gonna know it until it's your time. I thank God that I've been able to escape the grasp of the Grim Reaper that I know that's lurking around somewhere out there that might want me or want somebody. But he's always there, and there's many of them. You feel me? Daryl Parham, 369, say, trust me, you won't go back to that ish. The main thing to stay out of the way while you're there. That's so true. And don't stop till you leave. Hey, absolutely, for sure, for sure. For sure, for sure. Daryl Parham, salute. Glad you brought that energy to the chat, Brody. Welcome to the round table. That's absolutely true, man. I believe that, it's all about where you're willing to place yourself in life. You feel me? If you've seen the bottom of the pit, and the bottom of that pit is I'm in the bottom of the pit. So to y'all that's out there in the free world that may never see this, and that's a blessing. I hope you never do. I hope none of y'all that has never seen prison, that has never seen a level 4 general population mainline yard, that has never seen somebody stabbed to death, that has never seen somebody in a closed environment shot with a Mini 14 losing their life. Somebody that has gotten choked out in a cell brawl, or even stabbed in a cell brawl, lost their life. Hey, this is not a normal way of living. Point blank, period. And for anybody to speak about this as if it's cool and it's the place to be, that's a psychopath. Avoid them. Avoid them. Straight up. Because they're trying to send you to an environment where I just described to you, people are losing their life for whatever reason. Dudes wake up with all kind of different things. You don't never know what you're going to get from day to day. And again, you're in an environment with all kind of different mentality types from all walks of life. You don't know what you can get from day to day. That's why it's always shit every single day in prison. You're going to hear the alarm every day. Either somebody getting stabbed or somebody getting whooped out every day, or it's just a fight. Somebody is fighting to the death every day on a level 4 general population mainline yard every day. So when I tell you that the level of violence, right, is there 24/7, it really is. And that ain't me putting extras on it, right? That ain't me over exaggerating what the environment is. I'm actually dumbing it down. You feel me? Because for 113 men to lose their life in prison, that's 113 families that had to receive that news of their loved one getting unalived in prison. People on the streets is receiving news from the prison officials where their loved one was once housed at, doing his serving his prison time, lost his life in that prison to another man, stabbed to death, choked to death. However it was that this man lost his life, the point is he lost his life, and he's finna get mailed home in a body bag if he have a family. If by chance he don't have a family, do you know what they do with the deceased body of an inmate? Do you know what they do? They take you out to the local city near the prison, put you in an unmarked shallow grave. Straight up. Snoopy Del Ty said they will to live will always outweigh the ability to die. Daryl Parham said true. Many of them sitting next to you, eating next to you. Yeah, man. The Grim Reaper. The Grim Reaper comes in all shapes and sizes and colors. The Grim Reaper can be a Crip. The Grim Reaper can be a Blood. The Grim Reaper can be a Bay Area god. The Grim Reaper can be a Serranio Southsider Hispanic. The Grim Reaper can be a Northaniel Northern Hispanic. The Grim Reaper can be an other, a Pacific Islander, a Asian. The Grim Reaper can be white. They're all around you, sitting, waiting. And when that day comes, and it says that your number is up, it's your time to go, then it's time to go. Faye W, Faye DW, welcome to the chat, salute. Long Beach 123, what up, Brody? Glad you was able to make the live. Salute, salute. He said, is there any voodoo or Grim Reaper dreams in prison, nightmares, or anything like that happen? In all honesty, it's a good question, Long Beach 123. In all honesty, me personally, I have never had a prison dream that I can remember of. You know what I'm saying? I can't ever remember having a prison dream, whether good or bad. You feel me? Like, the dreams that I can remember having a lot of times is like when I'm on the streets. I'm back where, you know what I'm saying, I probably used to live at, that I was most familiar with, or I'm getting chased by the police, or, You know what I'm saying? Something like that. You feel me? But I've never had a prison dream. You feel me? Snoopy Delta say, Fayed, we are believing. So, hey man, he said he's a Grim Reaper. He can be a Grim Reaper. You probably are one. You probably are one. Fayed W. You probably are a Grim Reaper. You feel me? But a Grim Reaper would never announce theyself. Grim Reaper never announces itself. Think about all the people that has lost their life from one thing or another. There's never an announcement. It just happens. You feel me? So I doubt if you are really a Grim Reaper. Long Beach 123 said, you heard about Lil Durk? Believe he's in LA lockup. Yeah, Lil Durk in the feds. Lil Durk is in the feds in I believe downtown LA. The federal building in downtown LA. Hey, did y'all hear about? Shout out to my beautiful woman, Miss Golden, too, because she the one that brought me these topics. You know what I'm saying? She was actually the one that told me, made me aware about this situation that took place with the guy losing his life in New Folsom State Prison. You know what I'm saying? But Long Beach 123 said, you have any black Serranio stories or Mexican Keyway stories? I absolutely do. I actually just talked about that on a show that I just did not too long ago, Long Beach 123. The name of that show is called uh, uh, damn. Um, I think it was like, um um do blacks that join Mexican gangs look at that as being betrayed? Go look at that show right there. I talk about the different situations as far as the black Serranios and the Hispanic Crips. I talk about them whole different scenarios and situations, Brody. No reparations, no votes, said Yahweh gives life and takes life. Not man, that's how people can shot 6 times and still don't die. Home records say, are they still flipping the level 4 GP prisons? They're not flipping any GP prisons, as far as I know. You feel me? And I seriously doubt if they attempt to try to do that. And don't get me wrong, they tried it before, right? Until people start losing their life. And then they had to stop that. You feel me? So I wouldn't be holding my breath thinking that they gon' try to, try to flip the level 4 yards anytime soon, you know what I'm saying? Without somebody losing their life, because they tried it before, I told y'all. And every one of them that was coming, oh man, they was getting done bad. So they stopped. Long Beach 123 say, once you're in prison, do you ever go back to the county for any reason? LA County, the only way you can end up back down in the LA County once you're already in prison is if you got some type of court proceedings going on, like uh uh um if you got some stuff in the state, you feel me, that they might be calling you back down in relation to your case, you can end up back down there in the county jail, or somebody can call you back down from prison as a witness on their case. You feel me? Them the only two ways you're gonna get back down to the Los Angeles County Jail. Once you leave, once you are done with court, you feel me, and everything is done with court, they send you to prison. You feel me? You're in prison. Ain't no going back down to the county. You feel me? You become once you become property of the state. You know what I'm saying? There's no reason for you to go back down there if it's not pertaining to your case. Miss Golden says, "Salute to you, love. Salute to you, my beautiful woman, Miss Golden." No reparations, no votes said. What about a free world charge? What about a free world charge? A free world charge? What is that? No reparations, no vote. What's that? A free world charge? And let me make y'all aware of this too. If by chance you go to prison and you take another man's life, right? Well, guess what? You gonna go back. You going to court. They're gonna charge you for that, right? You're gonna get charged for that unaliving. You're going to court. You're gonna get arraigned. You know what I'm saying? Gonna go through that whole little proceedings. You're gonna go to trial behind it, all the regular shit, as if you caught the same case on the street. It's the same in prison. They read you your rights. They charge you with the homicide. You go to court for it. You know what I'm saying? And they're gonna have you going to court every day. They used to have us going to court every day, man. Every day. Long Beach 123 said, "What type of clothes can only certain individuals wear, such as rank in prison, like those big dicky jackets?" Oh, everybody get those jackets, Brody. Yeah, everybody can get them type of jacket. Everybody pretty much get the same type of clothes. You feel me? Depending on if you can afford to get that type of shit in the package, or you know what I'm saying? If you can afford to buy it, if you got money on your books, or you got people out there that is willing to pay to order you a package, you feel me? You can get, everybody can pretty much get the same stuff. You feel me? No reparations, no vote said. That's what I was talking about, unaliving. Oh, Lil Drac, what's up, Brody? Salute, salute, man. I send my love and respect to you as always, big bro. Glad you was able to make the live, man. That's my big bro, Lil Drac, right there, man, from the section. Oh yeah, 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 man. The unaliving, yeah, they gonna take you back to court and all that. That's a whole new case, and you can get a life sentence. And depending on the severity of the unaliving, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can end when they had death row, you could have ended up on death row too. You know what I'm saying? But you definitely can get a new life sentence for sure, for sure. I've seen dudes catch hot ones and didn't even have a life sentence. For instance, I told y'all about the North Daniels that unalived the South Sider, right? Well, the dude, the one, hold on, y'all. I'm still here, y'all. I ain't went nowhere. Give me 1 second. 1 second, 1 second, 1 second, my peoples. I'm still here, my people. Give me 1 second. I'm almost done. 1 second. Then I'm gonna let you great people get back to y'all life. All right. No reparations, no vote said a charge you would get if you're not in prison. Free world charge. That's what we call it in Florida. Oh, okay, okay. King Grover said, what about shoes, bro? What kind of shoes can y'all order now? Um, they got different ones like Nikes and shit, you know what I'm saying? Just like basic type of shit, you know what I'm saying? Like I just got these. I just took this off my foot too, by the way. Adidas, just some regular basic Adidas and shit. You know? But you can get Nikes, Adidas, they got like different kinds and shit you can get. Charles Stepney said, peace and blessings, love, honor, and respect. Always, Brody. Long Beach 123 said, do female prison guards in cell crush on inmates? Son, I think I've talked about that. You know what I'm saying? And then you got some situations turn extremely crazy. I've seen all kind of different situations when it came to, you know what I'm saying? Dudes getting into relationships with different female staff, or the staff getting in different relationships with dudes, and some of them situations turned out crazy, man. King Grover said every prison got female guards that get down in some kind of way. Long Beach, yep, true, facts. Hope they prepared. Salute, salute, man. Let me go ahead and make you official real quick. All right, there you go. Hope you prepared. Salute, man. Glad you was able to make the live, Brody. No reparations, no vote said, man, I would get fired if I worked a female prison. Too much temptation. I would create women's prisons. Hey, yeah, man. You got to think about this. It's the same sort of, I believe it's the same sort of temptation, right? When the females is working like in here, and you got to think like natural attraction happens. People are going to be attracted to who they attracted to, and it happens in a lot of cases. So just imagine if you're a man and you working in a female's prison. You know what I'm saying? Them temptations is going to be there, and definitely they're going to be trying to shoot their shot at you in any way that they can. You feel me? So yeah. King Grover said, yeah, them Adidas decent, bro. Thank you, Brody. I got some other shoes. Miss Golden said she never seen these before. Nah, I just got these the other day, Miss Golden. I got some other shoes, some other Fila too. Yeah, man. But yeah, them relationships get tricky though, man. I've seen all kind of different shit happen when when the relationships get cracking in these prisons and shit. You got to remember, people are always watching. Motherfuckers is gonna be jealous. You know what I'm saying? If they can't get in or start a relationship with a young woman, you know what I'm saying, and they see the next man doing it, it happens. Motherfuckers get jealous and they'll bust you out if you're doing shit in the open. But again, you're in an environment where people is constantly watching. Everybody is watching everybody. You feel me? Straight up. I'll tell you after the show, Miss Golden. I will tell you after the show. The show. Shout out to everybody in the chat too, man. I appreciate everybody getting cracking up in here. You feel me? For real, for real. I ain't gonna hold y'all up too long today, man. You feel me? I got a couple of other things that I got to take care of. But I did want to bring this other story to y'all that I had meant to get into, right? No reparations, no vote said you have guys who think the CO is their old lady, even though they've never spoke to the CO, and be ready to fight about it. Hey, that's a fact. The mind is crazy. The stuff that people will feed into their mind and convince themselves into believing, such as what you just described, bro, is crazy because I've seen that too. That's a fact. I've seen that with my own eyes. I literally remember being on the yard one day and hearing some dudes argue about a female correctional officer that neither one of them had no ties to or none of that, but just because they had, you know what I'm saying, had it built up in their mind that she was feeling one over the other, they felt the need to start arguing with each other over this woman. Shit is crazy. Long Beach 123 said, how is it with younger homies coming in to the level 4 like 1920? I believe for a lot of them, right, it'd be a culture shock, right? Coming from the streets and living a certain way, right? And then going through the Los Angeles County Jail, right? Hold on, y'all. Okay. The guy on the loudspeaker was messing my whole train of thought up. But it'd be a culture shock for a lot of them, I believe, right? Because they go from living one way and going through from living one way, going through a whole different experience, going through the Los Angeles County Jail, and then going through the receptions, and then finally hitting where they're going to do their time at. And once they get to the level 4s, that's why in a lot of cases, I was just thinking about this today, when you meet a lot of these young dudes that is on these level 4 yards right now, and they've been programming, right? Well, they got there and they learned. You know what I'm saying? They learned that, you know, that there was rules, there was regulations that they had to live by. You know what I mean? And it was just certain things that you was and was not to do. And you have to grow up in them instances. You have to grow up Start understanding like, damn, I'm really in this environment. These dudes are not playing. I can lose my life. There's nobody bigger than the program. That's the one thing these level fours teach you. Nobody bigger than the program because of the rules that's implied. So a lot of these young dudes end up either they grow up, they understand these rules and they live by them and they grow up, which is why a lot of their mentalities be a lot different in comparisons to the same age of a guy that's out on the street right now that's in his hood every day, right? The mentalities is night and day. You feel me? So a lot of them come and you know, they fall in and they do their time. A lot of them come and PC up. You feel me? King Grover said, I had a female CO when I was at Terre Haute, one of the Fed joints I was at. Oh. King Grover said she was coming through for a nigga. LOL. I bet she was. I bet she was. King Grover said, I seen niggas fighting about female COs that didn't give a F about either one of them. LOL. That's real, bro. Those be having this set in their mind that you know, that's what I'm saying. Like, you got a lot of lonely dudes in prison for one. There's a lot of lonely dudes, man, which is why a lot of dudes end up falling subject to a lot of different things, schemes and shit. You know what I'm saying? And catfish type situations, right? So, you know, just imagine you're confined in the space and you're seeing these CO females around all the time, and you start feeding it in your head for whatever reason, you know what I'm saying, that she's feeling you more so than everybody else, and you start developing this image in your head of something that really ain't there, that really don't exist, and you ain't never had a conversation with her, and she ain't never viewing you like that. You feel me? And but again, it's crazy what, you know, what a person can feed himself mentally. You feel me? King Grover said niggas be hating too when you not a CO. LOL. Shit could get ugly. Yeah, man. That's what I was just saying, King Grover. Like, a person, you in an environment where people is always watching. So if the next man is seeing you getting something cracking with a female CO that he ain't been able to get, or he might be in the cut having feelings about her, but you got her, and he like, wait a minute, how the fuck? And now he start hating on you, and you know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, you getting kites dropped on you and shit. Your spy getting hit, and they start moving her around and out the, you know, the location where you had the most action at her, and this is just a number of things that come with that, because you're in an environment where people was always watching your every fucking move. I promise you. Long Beach 123 said, and the male officer don't know. Some don't. You know what I'm saying? Some do, some don't. I've seen different situations, man. You know what I'm saying? I've seen situations firsthand. You know, it's crazy how those things play out. Sam Q, West LA. Glad you was able to make it to the round table today, bro. Send my love and respect to you, as well as all the homies out in West LA. Salute, salute, salute. Sam Q, West LA said, top of the evening to the round table. Salute, brother Creep. One love as always, Brody. No reparations, no vote. Said, what up, Sam Q, West LA. Dexter Robinson said, if jokers are killing one another in the free world over chicks, having a female CO in a male facilities should be illegal. Hey, man. Hey, Dexter Robinson. Hey, that's real. Just imagine if Just like you just pointed out, dudes is out there beefing with each other over females in the free world, bro, losing their life and all that behind this shit, right? In a closed off environment like this, females got more power than anybody working in the facility. They the coldest. The females working in the prison. They the coldest ones. They the coldest ones. You feel me? But I ain't gonna say take the females out. Nah, I ain't gonna say that, man, because who wanna? It's bad enough you house with dudes 24/7. I wouldn't want to just look around and just see dudes 24/7. You know what I'm saying? No reparations, no vote said no. Just the smell of a female is all they have to look at. No reparations, no vote said don't take the females. Nah, man. You feel me? I tell people all the time, right? Like, hey, bro, listen. You feel me? Like it's a natural thing for you to be attracted to the opposite sex. It's natural. If it wasn't a natural thing, we would have a problem, right? No matter where you at on earth, no matter where you at on earth, this is a natural attraction. A natural attraction happens, point blank period. Whether your profession is a guard or I'm the person that's incarcerated, if that attraction is there, the attraction is definitely going to be there. Sometimes that should be so magnetic, where, hey, man, sometimes it be unstoppable, just the way that it is. Feel me? King Grover said, yeah, don't take the females away, LOL. Hell no, man. Need that eye candy. King Grover said, you play chess, Creep? Hey, King Grover, you know what? I know how to move the pieces around, right? I ain't never been the best chess player. Feel me? And I remember once I learned how to play it, I started trying to play all the time, and I lost the majority of the games. I swear to God. Even when I got out of prison in 1994, I was finding different homies that knew how to play chess out there. You feel me? And I was getting mopped up in. So I've never been the best chess player like that. You feel me? Ms. Golden, you have to calm down. DeMarcus Andres, my low creep. What's up, Brody? Salute. Send my love and respect to you. Welcome to the round table, Brody. Glad you was able to make the live. Long Beach 123 said, is there any PlayStations in prison level 4? No, not out here in California. They what's crazy is, like, when they was taking people from California, sending them to them out-of-state prisons, they was allowing them dudes to have PlayStations and all that shit out there, and these different kind of radios that we can't get out here in California. They was allowing that out of state. But on a level 4 general population mainline yard, no PlayStations, no internet access, period. You feel me? Like, they give you, like, on your tablet, they give you all the basic stuff, the preset stuff, but no access to the internet. You know what I'm saying? None of that stuff. King Grover said, oh, no, hell no. Creep, you don't be playing chess low? LOL. Hey, I play. Hey, I'll play a good chess game, right? Hey, man, I don't even want to tell this story, but fuck it. We at the round table. I'm with my round table family. Man, I played the homie from Long Beach, Insane, right? This was my boy. Older homie, too, at that. Right? I used to mess with him every day, talk shit to him, all that. This was bro. If we wasn't on the domino table talking shit, playing, you know what I'm saying, in which he thought he had major domino game, and We both did, and we used to go at it, man. So anything involving him, we going at it, right? But this fool was like, hey, he said, I'll play you, you, and you. All three of y'all by myself at one time. And I'm gonna beat all three of y'all at one time. I'm like, what? Let's go. Let's go. Right? Man, that fool set up 3 different chessboards right there in the day room. And played all 3 of us at one time, right? And knocked all of us down one at a time, started with me first. That's a fact. And that's how vicious his chess game was. You feel me? Sadly, my chess game was boo-boo in comparisons. Long Beach 123 say round table, stand up, family man, stand up. Vando. What that message? Vando, man, salute. Glad you was able to make the live. Vando, I am. We send our love and respect to you as always, Brody. Hope everything going well for you out there. Thank me later. Salute, man. Send my love and respect to you as well. Glad you was able to make the live. He said just got in. What I missed. Oh man, we just talking about I was just going over the guy that just lost his life up there in New Folsom State Prison, right? We don't know the nothing surrounding his death other than they took his cellmate, and I guess they're charging his cellmate for this unaliving. Took him and put him in the hole, pending investigation, right? And they're investigating it as a homicide. So they're gonna try to put this situation on his cellmate, being that they both was locked in the cell together when it was discovered that he was unresponsive. You feel me? King Groover said, LOL, hey, I got a strong chess game, homie. Ironically, my mama taught me how to play. Been playing since 5th grade. Oh, that's crazy. Hey, something told me you had a vicious chess game, King Groover. I ain't gonna even lie, buddy. And you been to the feds too. You grew up in this shit like I did. So, I was more, once I realized that my chess game wasn't shit like that, right? Right. I went more towards the pinochle and dominoes. You feel me? Chess, you only can get smashed so many times until you like, you know what? That's not my game of choice right there. Trey Ball, I just learned how to join the live, cuz. Oh, salute, Trey Ball, man. Salute, bro. Glad you was able to make the live, man. Welcome to the round table for the first time. That's bro right there. Long Beach 123 said, do the Mexican mafia move like they are portrayed online? I'm not sure how they are portrayed online. You feel me? But I can attest to how they are in real life. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're militant in their structure as far as them standing on business as all groups are, whether it's the Southsiders, the Northaniels, the Crips, Bloods, whoever, the whites, others, people have their structures that they stick to, bro. It's crucial that people, stand on the rules and regulations. I'm only speaking about the level 4 guys. You feel me? King Groover said, I fought homie about a chess game before. My homie, my set 7-4, I checkmated him quick. He tipped the board over. Mad as fuck, I whooped Groove. LO. Hey, King Groover, man, I remember people be taking them chess games serious. That's why I don't play. You feel me? And dudes be talking shit, just like I told you how bro beat all three of us at one time, right? He talking shit the whole time while he playing, and soon as he talked really on me, he was really on me. You feel me? But talking shit the whole entire time while doing it. You know what I'm saying? I've seen dudes slap them chess boards and chess pieces and shit off the board, and niggas get in fights over there. Like, motherfuckers really take them Kid Groover crazy as hell. Sam Q, West LA say quiet is kept. My chess game is nice. Tunk even better. Oh yeah, yeah. Hey, King Grover. Hey, bro. Sam Q, West LA say he got chess game too, Brody. You know they got the chess game thing online where y'all can play each other. You feel me? I'm just saying. We can definitely set up. I'm a gamer. Long Beach 123 said, what I don't understand is Crip Max parole from a 50-50 and he comes out, makes a song dissing 50-50. So is he considered good? No. Hey, I'm gonna tell you like this, right? I'm not here to comment on him, right? But I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm not here to comment on bro. Because to each his own. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna say this, bro. Anybody that goes to a 50-50 yard, in my humble opinion, right? Anybody. And again, this is not me giving any criticism towards the guy that you just mentioned. Right? I'm saying anybody in the whole entire world, you go to a 50-50 yard, to a guy like me on a level 4 general population mainline yard, right? Anybody, I don't care where you from, Crip, Blood, wherever, right? If you go to a 50-50 yard, you are a PC. You are no longer good. You are no longer in good standings. You are not, look, put it this way, bro. A person that goes to a 50-50 yard can never come to a level 4. If by chance they end up on a level 4 after going to a 50-50 yard, the most horrible thing is going to happen to them. Right? That's not me putting extras on that. That's not me over exaggerating the possibilities of what can happen to a man that goes to a 50-50 yard and then make his way to a level 4 general population mainline yard. I'm just keeping it real. I'm just keeping it uncut like I've always been doing. Right? I can never come here and false represent anything when it comes to this level 4 or even when it comes to the 50-50 shit, right? If you go to a 50-50 yard, you are considered a PC by a person like me that is on a level 4 general population mainline yard, and I don't care who you are. You are not in good standings in my eyes. No matter who you are or where you're from, you can be from my section. If you go to a 50-50 yard, you are no longer in good standings in my eyes. Why would I be cool with, look, put it this way. If I'm saying as a level 4 general population mainline yard guy, right, where I am currently at right now, right, if I'm telling you that you are no longer in good standings in my eyes, why would I have a change of mind or heart? Right? About anybody, no matter who it is, whether you went because you had a year or two to do, you want to hurry up and get home, or you just chose your points dropped and you ended up there, right? Hey, look, don't, if you intend on holding your breath and thinking that my way of thinking when it comes to that is gonna change, you're gonna be a dead MFer. Period. I cannot sit here and say, as a person that live under these rules, regulations, and guidelines, right, that I would ever be cool with anybody that goes to a 50-50 yard. I will be accepting. I will encourage any of, hey, bro, if you go to a 50-50 yard, go and stay. If that's what you choose to do, go and stay. But like all y'all big homeboys is advising y'all, go, but don't mess up and go over there and have to go back to a level 4. Tell them to finish the rest of that sentence when they are telling y'all to go, but don't go back to a level 4. Tell them to finish that sentence. That's what we want. We want to know the real. Why don't go back? If you telling them to go, it's cool to go to a 50-50. Why you don't want them to go back to a level 4? Tell them why. And don't lie and say, oh, because they dirty politicking. That's all they do. Them dudes is mad and angry. No. Don't do that. Tell them why not to go back over there. Right? Tell them why. Because they can lose their life. Because they are considered PC. They are no longer in good standings once they go over there. They are certified PCs. They have to sign paperwork saying that they can go program with these PCs, making them an official PC. The PC, in turn, cannot fill out paperwork and go back to the mainline yard. That's out. Once you a PC, you a PC. Point blank, period. But you have these guys that want you to take them and not look at them as PCs because they're saying 50-50. 50-50 is fucking PC all day, every day. Point blank, period. You're no longer in good standings once you make your way over there. It is a wrap. Period. And no, we're not mad and angry and bitter on the level 4 general population yards. We just stand on what we stand on. Period. It's rules and regulations instated for a reason that I've been living by for the last 32 years, and I'm still alive and breathing. I'm not crazy. I'm not on here preaching hatred. I'm not leading a gang or a gang war. I'm not encouraging these kids to go out and fuck up their communities. I'm not encouraging these kids to join gangs. I'm not encouraging these kids to go out and commit crimes and jeopardize their freedom, jeopardize their lives. None of that shit. It's the complete opposite here at this round table with me and my round table family. That's facts. That's facts. So who is the real bad guys? Is it me? Or is it the guys that's encouraging these guys to go put themselves in a fucked up predicament by telling them to sign their John Hancock on that paper to make them an official PC? But no, we don't want them to be looked at as a PC. We just want them to come home fast. We can embrace them back into the communities as real homies, as if they didn't put a pause on their gangsterism to go sit down with chomos and homos. And again, hey, this ain't me bullying any specific group. This isn't me targeting, harassing, none of that. This is for educational purposes, to educate the people about what they have to look forward to if they choose to go that route to the other side of the gate. You know what I'm saying? Point blank, period. Other than that, no, we're not bullying. We're here to educate. We're here to be educated. Period. And part of us educating the people is telling the truth. And that's what we do. Period. King Groover said, facts, Creek. King Grover said a lot of these hoods accepting their homies that was on 50-50 yards. Things changing out here in a lot of hoods. Yeah, man, I'm seeing that, Brody. Won't lose. Salute. Glad you was able to make the live, Brody. Brody said 50-50 equals I can't trust you. That's an absolute fact. And you bet not. Anybody that has ever been to one of those yards, you bet not. Look at the guys that have been there, the dropouts and all these guys that have these big platforms. You feel me? Look at these guys sat in the same position that I sit in once upon a time. Somewhere in their walk of life, they sat in the same position that I sit in, meaning living under these rules and regulations and guidelines of a person that considered himself to be, you know, everything that he said that he is and some. When it comes to the whole gang culture and all this shit, right? Something as a grown-ass 53-year-old man that I'm not proud of, because those accolades don't pay me at the end of the day. They won't pay for my funeral when I pass away. You know, I get no life insurance. I get no nothing. But at the same token, though, right, as a person that lives in that culture, under those rules, regulations, and guidelines, right, what's right is right, what's wrong is wrong. Period. Can't nobody ever convince me that anybody that chooses to go to one of those yards is right. You shouldn't trust them. Thank Me Later said it only matters in prison. Apparently so. Thank Me Later. Apparently so, Brody. Thank Me Later said, look what just happened in New Folsom. They put him in a cell with a lifer and he had a date. I got it, but look at the consequences. That's what we've just been talking about. Thank Me Later. You feel me? And in all honesty, it ain't just got to be a lifer that you can lose your life to. Look, man, I've explained to y'all the dangers of having a cell fight. You're in there in that little ass space and there's nothing inside these cells but concrete. This is metal. The edge of this metal is jagged. You can, you know, be in there fighting and hit your head up against this metal, bust it wide open, bleed out, and you gone right there. Anything can happen in those cell fights, and those cells are small. Anything can happen, bro. Get hit the wrong way, fall, hit your head on something, bam, that's a wrap. Anything can happen. So it don't have to be a person that have a life sentence. Imagine not having a life sentence. Imagine having a couple of years and you the one that unalived the person. That has happened. I told you. The North Daniel, he didn't even have a life sentence and he unalived this guy. You know, hey man, you got to be careful, Brody. That's the whole important. That's why we bringing this to the round table, so y'all won't ever put yourself in a predicament of having to be in prison and face this shit. King Grover said, hey, what's that rapper Blueface on a 50-50? He from PBG. From what I know, King Grover, the dude Blueface was sent to a 50-50 yard. From what I know, I don't know how true it is, but he was sent to a 50-50 yard, went there and got off immediately. Got his man, and then he ended up, they shot him up out of there and sent him to a regular mainline yard. You know what I'm saying? Where he did his time and parole. Now, the line that he was on in Lancaster, that was a general population mainline yard. How I know this, is because he was in the picture with one of my bros. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say bro name, but he definitely a keyway. You know what? Matter of fact, it was two people he was in the picture with that I know, that I have personal connections to, and I know that they was on the main line. So he was on the line with them. You feel me? So from my understanding, bro was on good yards. Ricky Richards Grant. He said, "Is your homie Lil Buster still around?" Yeah. Ricky Richards Grant, salute. Glad you was able to make the live, Brody. I believe Lil Buster is out on the streets doing good for himself. For real. Shout out to Lil Buster. Shout out to bro. Long Beach 123 said he from Schoolyard, bro. Yeah. Blueface from Schoolyard. King Groover said, "Damn, my bad. You right, LB." King Groover said, "I don't know why I said Playboy," shaking my head, because they beefing. You probably thinking about uh, uh, him and the other rapper, Big Sad. Long Beach 123 say, "All right, I got another question. Say a homie is young, banging, 18, 19, 20, catch a case, 1, 2 years. Can you go mainline and stay GP without getting extra time?" I mean, it really depends on the nature of that environment, Brody. You know what I'm saying? You can absolutely do time and go a certain amount of time without getting the write up. Really, it depends on the nature of that environment. If there's any type of tense situations going on with whoever on the yard, you know what I'm saying? You can absolutely go without getting the write up for a certain amount of time, and then if it's only cracking, then it's only cracking. You know what I mean? But think about this, like I've always told you, for any time that you catch, you can fill out. It's a form called restoration for credits that you can go to your counselor and get. And they give you that form, you fill that form out, and you can fill back to get back the time that you lost due to a write up. You can actually get that time back and still make your date if you're clean for a certain amount of time. King Groover said, at LB, that question is one that's been asked a lot on here. Creep about to let you know, LOL. King Groover said, get cracking, LOL. Yes, sir. Won't lose say, keeping it 1,000%, always. Won't lose say, I never went 50-50 because only mainline. Hey, absolutely, that's the only way to do it, Brody. Won't lose say, hey, Rock, what about someone was G, he like elderly, early 70s, send him 50-50 or due to health. Hey, we don't crucify the OGs. You feel me? Like the elders, like you, we don't crucify them, because you got to look at it like this. They have dudes that's down there on those 50-50 yards, right? That was on those yards before they was 50-50 yards. Those that has been down a number of years and shit, where they points and all that shit ended up dropping down, and they've been down there long before the 50-50 yard shit came into play. And once they start flipping those yards, if the OGs that has been down a number of years chose to stay there, then they stay there. That's on them. We don't crucify the elders. You feel me? It's only the you know, you know, like a lot of the youngins and the middle-aged guys like myself. You know what I'm saying? But as far as like the older dudes, like, nah, we don't crucify them, Brody. Bug Zombie, what up, Brody? Salute, man. Glad you was able to make the live, man. Welcome to the round table. Send my love and respect to you as always. He said, thanks for tapping in on IG. Hey, you know I'm going to do that, Bug Zombie. For real, for real. You know we locked in, Brody. King Groover said, man, this shit is wicked out here for a real gangster. The snitches are brave, they ain't afraid, and a lot of them out here winning. The shit is mind blowing, Grove. Hey, the crazy thing about that, Grove, is I know this. I'm seeing it. Every time I look, I'm on the outside looking in on the world, right? But it don't take a rocket scientist to see that all the suckers is in position. They got all the motion. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the dudes that got bad reports on their report cards, them position themselves, you know, in a lot of positions to where they winning. And real niggas is going through it. You know what I'm saying? And also that's the importance of us being able to have this platform to come here and try to figure the fuck out how we can change that to where we are in the positions of winning. You know what I'm saying? Like we gotta make a lane for the real ones again, bro. There's never been an existence on this earth where a real one wasn't in position, man, and opening up the door, you know, for other real ones to make it in, Brody. You know, we got to figure it out. That's the importance of having this roundtable where we hey man, to anybody that got any logical suggestions on how we rebuild all this shit, if tearing down and rebuilding needs done, then damn it, let's start that restructuring immediately. You feel me? Leo V3T, he say, what if a person isn't gang affiliated and a gangbanger pulls a gun on them? Is it okay for the non-affiliate to call the cops? It's absolutely, hey, a non-affiliate is not held to the same standards as a person that's in the gang culture. We can't never imply gang rules on a person that isn't from the gangland. You feel me? So, like I've said, I have people that's in my family that's non-affiliates. You feel me? I expect them to live their life as that and not live under the rules of the gangbangers mentality of not snitching or, you know what I'm saying? You a non-affiliate, I can't hold you to them same standards. If it's in you to be a snitch, it's just gonna be in you to be a snitch. There's nothing that I can do about a non-affiliate that's ratting. And you got many of them out there like that. There's nothing you can do. Won't lose, say gotcha. Lewis Ave say blessings from Toronto, Canada. Lawrence Ave said blessings from Toronto, Canada. Hey, salute to Toronto, Canada, man. Glad you was able to make the live. Lawrence Ave, welcome to the Roundtable family, brethren. Shout out to all of Toronto, Canada as well, man. Won't lose, say how much more time you got left, Do-Rock? Hey, that has yet to be determined as of right now, Brody. We waiting patiently. You feel me? That will be announced here on this platform amongst all of you, my Roundtable family. You feel me? And we will definitely bring that as soon as we find out and be celebrating it together. I promise you that. Book Zombie say facts. The real are suffering. Suffering bad, man. Suffering bad. And we got to figure out how to turn that around. You feel me? Long Beach 123 said, when you buy your commissary, is there like a actual room that looks like a store? It actually is. Like you walk over to where an area where it's part of this building and it's a window, and you walk up to the window and they have the free staff person that's in that room where all the commissary items is at, and they have their cash register thing right there, right, where they type in your name and your number and all that, put all your information in there, see if you have money on your books. Then they have like the inmates that's assigned to work in there in the canteen with them. in there bagging up all your stuff, whatever it is that you ordering. But you walk to this window and you look in there and you see all of the food items and stuff. So it do resemble like a small little store, yeah. Long Beach 123 say I'm a non-affiliate that don't snitch. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I respect it. I prefer non-snitching non-affiliate. I prefer a non-snitching anything. If you consider yourself to be a gang member or not, I would prefer you to be rat-free. You feel me? King Grover said, if you a non-affiliate and snitch on me, I'm coming to get you for snitching on me. LOL. I'm just saying. Oh, shit. Won't lose say, you know my cousin, Tiny Country from 190. No, I don't know Tiny Country from 190, Brody, but I do know quite a few 190s, man. Shout out to the 190 East Coasters. Shout out to all the East Coasters. King Grover, you crazy, Brody. King Grover say he coming for that ass. Leo V3T said, how should a non-affiliate handle a gangbanger pulling a gun on them? I don't understand why a non-affiliate will be put in a position of a gangbanger pulling the gun on them. First and foremost, you feel me? But if a gang member is pulling a gun on you, if he got the drop on you, then you know, I don't know, man. I've never been in a position where I had to pull a gun out on a non-affiliate. You feel me? King Grover said, Leo, smoke him. Shit. Hey, I mean, hey, yeah. Hey, but if he got the gun on him, King Grover, then you know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna be able to smoke him. However, if you having a confrontation with a gang member, bro, you know what I'm saying? You gotta keep in mind, it's, hey, shit, nigga, protect yourself. Protect yourself against whoever, whether if it's a gang member or not. You feel me? Don't just let no nigga pull no gun on you. You gotta protect yourself. Gang banger or not, Brody. You know what I'm saying? And no, this is not me encouraging violence. This is me encouraging protect yourself at all times as a grown ass man. Gang banging or not, protect your family, protect your kids, protect all your loved ones, bro. The objective of the game is making it to see another day. You feel me? Why a gang member would be pulling a gun on a non-affiliate, I don't know. Amen, Kareem me. Salute, salute, salute. Send my love and respect to you as always, my brethren. Glad you was able to make the live today. He said, hey, Creed, Miss Golden, and Round Table Fam, London tapping in, Tottenham here, but using a backup phone and can't get out of this ID. Oh, okay. I knew that was you though, Tottenham. Salute, salute, man. We send our love and respect to you as always here at the Round Table. You know we love you always, Brody. Shout out to all of London too as well. Long Beach 123 said guilty by association, non-affiliate. Yeah. Oh, that's why he pulled the gun out on you. Guilty by association. Well, yeah. Now, if you get caught hanging with somebody, you know what I'm saying? Then you just gotta watch how you move, bro. Because like I've said, how motherfuckers be always watching in here. You got dudes out there on the street that's watching too. They might see you in traffic with a so-called op, although you not banging or none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? But just because you was with these dudes, that's going to automatically bring problems to you as well. Because you was with them. You may not even be from there, but just because you was seen with them, they gonna get at you as you was from there. Unfortunately. Okay, so I do get that, Brody. Legendary stuff. What are you talking about, bro? King Grover said, facts, protect yourself. Yeah, man. Long Beach, 123 say, I'll be damned. Hey, yeah, man. Won't lose say, just if non-affiliates kill a gang member on some personal, he go jail, his ass grass from his allies and homies from that community. Um, yeah. I had a situation. I'm not even gonna get into it, but a person, unalive, gang member that I knew. He was a non-affiliate, but this situation happened because the gang member was robbing the non-affiliate, robbed him a number of different times. Finally, the last time he robbed him, I guess he was tired of getting done like that. So up on that last robbery, he ended up taking the gang member's life and going to jail for it. You feel me? And ran into quite a few problems behind that. So yeah, that definitely can happen if you get caught up for it. But at the same time, shit, would you rather suffer that, or would you rather something worse happen to you or one of your family members in the midst of that gang member pulling that gun out on you? You have to think about that too. Cuz 3X, what's up, sis? Glad you was able to make the live. We send our love and respect to you as always. Salute, salute. Frankie Max said, do him like Gangstar said in the song just to get a rep. Remember his face and get the back up, back swiftly and smooth. Beach Boy, what up, Brody? Salute, salute, man. Glad you was able to make the live. Send my love and respect to you, man. Hope everything going well with you out there, Beach Boy. Amen, Karima. My boy Tottenham say, I knew you would, bro, for sure. Smurf75 say, Creed, do you have dreams of being out, or did they stop after a certain time, like literal dreams? That's a damn good question, Smurf75, right? And I've spoken about that before, right? When I dream, in a lot of cases, right, a lot of my dreams will revert me back to like this old house that we stayed in when I was younger in my hood, in my community. Or I will go back to like one of the last places that I spent the most time at. In those dreams, it placed me back to one of these old places, right? It's nothing never fresh. It's nothing never that's updated. You feel me? I'm always dreaming back to one of these places. You feel me? That's how a lot of my dreams be. But I don't have no dreams ever of prison. Never. That's a good question though. Long Beach 123 say, you ever ran into Shaggy from Brick Boy's crib? No, I never ran into Shaggy from Brick Boy's crib. Long Beach 123. Beach Boy say, you have to watch the company you keep, because if you hanging with them, you agree with them. Yeah, man. You'll be crucified for it. Whether you banging or not, you know what I'm saying? And motherfuckers see you with them, and whatever energy that they got, you're going to be associated with that energy because you're seen with them, unfortunately. Big Gritter 210 said, how long have you been down? I've been down almost 32 years, Big Gritter. Salute. Glad you was able to make the live, my brethren. Welcome to the Roundtable family, Big Gritter, 210. I've been down almost 32 years, Brody. Unfortunately, and that's not bragging. I say that sadly because that's 32 years that I would never be able to get back out of my life that's been gone away from my family, of watching people grow up through photographs and shit. You know what I'm saying? And go off to have their own kids and their kids having kids and shit is crazy. It's crazy to see. It's a crazy ass reality, bro. Unfortunately, that I have to live in. You feel me? Long Beach 123 said, or the Black Bandit Crips established in prison. Have you heard of the term swerving 4X? No, I haven't heard of either one of those. Black Bandit Crips or swerving 4X. I haven't heard of any one of those, Brody. Leo V3T said Black Bandits is small. Yeah, I've never heard of that. Willie May, salute, Brody. Glad you was able to make the live today. Welcome to the round table. He said if a gangbanger pulling a whistle out on you for being with ops, maybe you should change playmates and playgrounds. Yeah. Because you're gonna be judged by who you associate yourself with. You know what I mean? And you really have to be careful, bro. Especially if you're not a gangbanger. Fabian Parkway, did you unalive Tupac? Did you unalive Tupac? Fabian Parkway? You weirdo? Love Bug said, is there any Mexican mafia on that prison yard where you are at? Yes. A lot of them. Yep. Yes, it is. Beach Boy said, Black Bandits are a new gang in Long Beach. They're all youngsters, but they get support from Long Beach dudes. Oh, okay. Good looking out on that information, Beach Boy. I was unaware of them. But that makes sense, them being a new gang, and you know what I'm saying? But, I mean, hey, if the LBCs is embracing them like that, then for sure. Leo V3T said, I'm sure your memories of when you were free are fragmented since it's been so long. Yeah, man, some memories is just gonna be, you know, instilled in your mind, engraved in your mind forever, for exactly like play for play on what it was, and then some things is just like you said, fragmented out because it's been so long. You know what I mean? It's been almost 32 years, man. Smurf75 said that's deep. Thanks for answering, brother. Always, Smurf. Thank you for asking the question, bro. Dirty attracts negative said, what gore got you this device, brother? The kind that like money, Brody. Smurf775 said, I'm gonna get back in my burpees creep. I done slacked off. Yeah, man, get your burpee game up. You know what I'm saying? I used to do burpees a lot. You feel me? We had a cold, you know, machine. You know what I'm saying? Back in my Calipatria prison days. You know what I mean? That's when I did all my burpees and all that. But once I messed my back up hitting the weight bag, you feel me? You know, I haven't been able to get as active in the burpee routine, but the burpees are good for you. Leo V3T said, do you know Do Dirty from 20s or Big Sag from 20 Crip? Nah, I know Tony Sag from Rolling 20 Crip. Shout out to my bro Tony Sag from Long Beach Rolling 20 Crip. That's my bro right there. You feel me? Tony Sag, man. That's bro right there, man. But no, I don't know Do Dirty. I know a lot of Rolling 20 Crips, man. My boy Beach Boy, that's his community. Tottenham said, and out soon, bro. We praying for you. You done more than enough. Hey, thank you, Tottenham. I appreciate that, Brody. The time is coming, man. We just got to keep speaking it into existence and until it happens. And when I learn about it, I'm coming here. We celebrating together, and then the mission continues, Brody. Long Beach 123 said, you ever heard of the Sex Money Murder Crips in Long Beach, SMM? Nah, that's another one that I haven't heard of. Sex money murder. Damn, that's another one I haven't heard of. Lawrence Ave say 32 years. That's too much time. Hope you get free soon and be with your loved ones, fam. Hey, thank you, bro. Lawrence Ave, I appreciate that, man. And I believe the more that we keep speaking it into existence, and you know what I'm saying, just staying on the path that we've been on, it's gonna happen soon. You feel me? It's gonna happen soon, bro. For real, for real. We got things to get to. It needs to, because we definitely got things to get to. Love Bug said, what yard is that? I don't know. Leo V3T said, have you ever got into it with the Mexican Mafia? Of course. Beach Boy said, Leo V3T, I know, Do Dirty, or IP, and Big Sad, they're brothers. SAG fighting to come home. For sure, for sure. Leo V3T said at Beach Boy, rest in peace Tasha Brown and J-Dub. Free Tony SAG and my bro, Baby Strike. For sure, man. Free both of them. Tony SAG, that's my bro right there, man. For real, for real. Tony SAG was in my building when I was in New Corcoran and Sat F on the Sea Yard. He was in my building for the longest. You feel me? That's bro right there. J. Cool, what up, Brody? Salute. Glad you was able to make the live, my brethren. J. Cool said, when do you go back to board? They got me scheduled to go to board, man, in like 2 years, right? But in all honesty, J. Cool, I'm gonna keep it all the way real with you, right? Being that the board situation is iffy the way that it is, and my track record as far as violence haven't been the best. Like, I have 2 fouls, right? Over 300 points. Well, I had over 3. They dropped. I'm at like 2 something now, the upper 2s. 200 and something. 2 fouls full of violence. So I'm not really looking, completely and solely into relying upon the board. I'm actually looking for these courts to do the right thing, reverse my shit, and let me go. You feel me? Because in all honesty, everything, all the new laws and everything falls into my favor. It's just a waiting game. So that's what I'm looking forward to right there, more so than the board, Brody. Leo V3T said, Tony SAG, a small stature person. Nah. See, he was from Snoop Long Beach Movement rap group. He is on Tony SAG. Tony SAG is on a song with Goldie Low. Beach Boy know him? That's bro. But he was rapping. Tony SAG is rapping. He's on the song. I can't even remember the name of that song, but he definitely on a song with Goldie Low. They all from the same hood. He's really from there. But nah, he ain't no short dude. He not small in stature or none of that. Long Beach 123 said, YTL Hardhead. Young 20 Lokes. Black said, salute, bro. Late, but I'll watch the replay. Hey, salute, Black. Glad you was able to make it, my brethren. Send my love and respect to you as always. Glad you was able to make it to the round table. Mac Ryan, you as well. Tottenham said, Has the Albanian mafia taken root in any U.S. city yet? In London, they the ones who got all the power, all the firepower, all the brothers, and you default keep out of their way unless you know you do as you say. I don't know about any Albanian communities out here in California, bro. So, in all honesty, I really can't answer that one. Jake Brown say T Brown, rest in peace, LBC. Beach Boy say creep. I know y'all had the rap ciphers cracking because T Sag stay rapping. He's still rapping. Yeah. Tiny Sag. I believe that's how me and him ended up getting familiar outside just on some gangster shit. You know what I'm saying? Because at that time you had him, you had Lil Trady, who I was also writing raps with from Insane. You know what I'm saying? It was a number of Long Beach homies there, man. You know what I'm saying? But Tiny Sag definitely was one of the ones. You feel me? That's how I know he did the song with Goldie Lowe. But we definitely had some cold little rap ciphers, for real, for real. J. Cool say, so you're one of those that we need a golf cart to bring your C-File. hey, J. Cool, I hate the realities of that. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, it was what it was when I was, you know, catching all those write-ups and shit. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of that shit, it comes back to bite you, as you know. You know what I'm saying? That shit, it comes back to bite you in the end, because when you go to board, they go through all that shit. So if all you is filled with nothing but violence and you're in prison for violence, in their mind, when you're sitting amongst these commissioners and all this shit and district attorneys that's on the board, they like, he ain't done no change. Why would we even consider letting you go? And you're in prison for violence, and then you continue that pattern of violence while in prison. Why would we ever consider letting you go? So yeah, now thinking about how that hurts me more than anything, like is crazy, man. You know, it is what it is, though. You know what I'm saying? You do what you got to do, man. Leo V3T said, I hope you get out because you seem cool. But are you prepared to stay there for the rest of your life? God forbid. Hell no. I would never accept that as a reality, Leo. Never. You feel me? For me to ever set my mind in the direction of never getting out is an absolute no-go. You feel me? My mind would never journey there, because I understand that the mission is greater than me. I'm greater than this. I will be greater than this. I am greater than this. The mission is greater than this. The purpose is greater than this. You feel me? Jake Brown said, Big Cat from 20s LBC. Leo say, R.I.P. Corey from 20s. Tottenham said, live that sin. Smurf75 said, Creep, what was home like for you before jumping off the porch? What age did you jump off the porch? Home for me was regular. You know, I came up in the household with just my mom's. My mom's had 8 kids, and I was the elder. So I was exposed to a lot coming up, just being that I had a young mom's, you know, and, you know, my household was full of my family members, uncles and aunties, and you know what I'm saying? That brought a certain crowd within itself. So, you know, I came up in a household full of young people that was doing all kind of crazy stuff. Some was gang banging, you know, some was just surviving. You know what I'm saying? And I've learned to survive through all my family members. You know what I'm saying? The first people that I was ever exposed to was in my household, whether they was gang members or not, in which some was gang members. You feel me? But my lifestyle was regular, man. And once I decided to jump off the porch and become an official person within this culture, it was like the age of 13. I was young. I was influenced by this gang culture at a very young age. So I was young. Started getting locked up, going to jail, and just getting more and more involved into that lifestyle. You feel me? Beach Boy said, salute to the Swang Low fam. I'm going to catch the playback. I have to jump back on this highway. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Hey, man, you stay safe out there, Beach Boy. I know you out there probably in the truck right now, Brody. Send my love and respect to you always, Brody. Thank you for tapping in. J. Cool said, so where you're at, what's the daily program like? You guys got program where you go to your, got work, go to canteen? Do you guys walk the child, selfie? What's the day to day like? Oh yeah, man. It's a regular level 4 general population yard, right? This is a 270 design. You know, so you had the 270 designs and you had the 180 designs, right? Now, I've described the difference in both being level 4s. I've described the difference in the two, right? Being the design of the prisons, right? Now, the 180s, the question that he just asked, the 180 prisons, the kitchens is designed to the buildings. So in a lot of the cases on the 180 design yards, they feed you in your cell, as opposed to on the 270 level 4 yards, you will walk to the kitchen in a lot of cases. You feel me? Tottenham say, creep, how many of these people you consider close to you have kept it real since you've been inside? My experience is you're lucky if you got 3 friends who still got time for you once you inside. Hey, in all honesty, I was blessed enough to have a couple of people that in one way or another kept it a buck with me. They kept it real. In one way or another. It may not have been all the way through, but definitely to some degree kept it real with me. I've been fortunate enough to say, but I can count that number on one hand of people that I would put into that category. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, it's a lot of letdowns. People let you down all the time. You feel me? People will do a lot of things, bro, to cross the game when it comes to how they deal with you. Being that you are incarcerated, a lot of people would take advantage of the situation. Take advantage of you if possible, if there's something to be taken advantage of. You feel me? I've experienced all that. You feel me? From a lot of different people. Let down over and over again. From people that you would think like, damn, like, I wouldn't have never expected this from you. You getting down like this? Really? But it happens. People is going to continue to be people, no matter where you at in life. Whether you're incarcerated or whether you're out there, or whether you're a person that's incarcerated dealing with people out there, or you're a person out there dealing with somebody that's incarcerated. People is going to be people. If it's not in their nature to keep it a buck with you, to keep it real, then guess what? You feel me? They're going to break your heart in one way or another. I've experienced it all. Unfortunately. You feel me? Shout out to everybody in the chat though, man. That's keeping it active, that's keeping it live. Y'all coming with some great questions, man. That's why I always hand it over to y'all and let y'all do y'all shit. You know what I'm saying? Tottenham say, bro, you blessed if you even got one person who kept it 50% real. I had people I just met be there for me in life, long friends, not even answer. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, you get that. You feel me? My woman, Miss Golden, is probably outside of, my mom's name, but the most consistent person that's in my life that has been, you know, just completely just loyal, just, you know what I'm saying, uncut from day one. You know what I'm saying? So I have to, give her the utmost credit for doing what a lot of people, you know, found hard to do, which is keep it real. You feel me? J. Cool said, I asked because at Salinas Valley, we didn't have much program. Never walked to child on the 180 yards. Selfie was a daily routine. Oh, yeah, that's because Salinas Valley was always on lockdown. You feel me? J. Cool, you was there when you had to be there when I was there during those days. You know what I'm saying? So, and I was there. I got to Salinas Valley January of 1997 on the Sea Yard, right? I got to Salinas Valley January of 1997 on the Sea Yard. And then I ended up on the D Yard. I got to the D Yard in 1998 in Salinas Valley. And in a lot of those times that I was there, from the time I got there in 97 and left in 1999, the mass majority of that time we was on lockdown, getting fed in the cell. Smurf75 say, Creep, I know you from a different generation, but how did Nipsey's death affect you, if any? What were you hearing about him as he rose in his career? That's a good question. In all honesty, man, I believe Nipsey was a great artist, right? A great musical artist. You feel me? I listen to his music to this day. You feel me? I relate to a lot of his stuff, man. I think he was a real good musical artist. I think he was really just in the beginning stages of becoming like that icon. You feel me? Of a person being from the streets, actually being from the streets. You know what I'm saying? To a certain degree, and being able to reach the level of successes that he was able to do. With his utilizing his craft. So I believe, that was a great loss for their community. That was a great loss for the rap community. You know, um, anytime you taking out like that, man, it's a lost period, man, to the black community as a whole. And just thinking about what they say, everything was surrounding all that stuff was like, it's just crazy, man. A cold, crazy loss, Brody. You know what I'm saying? Blue Shantani, salute, Brody. Glad you was able to make the live, man. I send my love and respect to you as always. Blue Shantani said, indeed, if you have even one that will walk all 4 or 5 years with you, that in itself was a blessing. Absolutely, Brody. You know it. That's real. That's why I always salute my beautiful woman, Miss Golden. You know what I'm saying? Because she does the unthinkable. You know what I mean? And is very patient. King Ross said, you ever heard of Buddy Ross on Myrtle from Do Rock Crip? You ever heard of Buddy Ross on Myrtle from Do Rock Crip? Buddy Ross, I know a Buddy. King Ross say, my pops graduated from Morovia High School, 1967. My whole family from Morovia. They are Ross, bro. Oh, okay. I know some Rosses. Tottenham say, you blessed to be able to say that and know you got a real one. You see how some men go through hell because they let women play with their heads. I had a 30-year-old man cry like a baby when his woman didn't pick phone up. Oh yeah, I feel that. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, man, those. Hey, man, people be dealing with all kind of different emotions and shit, man, in these jailhouses, bro. For real, he said he cried like a baby when she wouldn't put their phone up. Blue Shantani say much love and respect. OG Creek. For sure, Blue Shantani, you already know. You already know, Blue Shantani. You know how we do it, brody. Blue Shantani said greetings to all at this round table this evening. Hopefully everyone is doing okay. Here, here was SWY. He said, what's the best part of being in prison? There's no best part of being in prison, bro. Being in prison is trash. Being in prison is absolute thumbs down. Period. It's nothing to be proud about this shit. Straight up. King Ross said Harold better not come back to the jungles for real. He police. Hey man, Harold better sit over there quietly. You feel me? Because again, I got a videotape of him doing some very, very police type things. You feel me? Straight up. But we're going to say that for a whole different day. But look, I'm finna get ready to get up out of here, man. I've taken up more than enough of you great people's time. I appreciate all my roundtable family for showing up as y'all always do, man. Y'all make me proud. Y'all make me proud to be here. Y'all make me proud to engage the different conversations. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are the bomb. Y'all make this platform exactly what it is, man. You feel me? Straight up. And you know, I'm appreciative of all the participation, everybody that jumped in the chat, that engaged, everybody that hit that like button, man. Please hit the like button if you haven't already did it. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already did it. Become official roundtable family members. So when we come here and we engage like we always do as family members, you an official family member by subscribing. Hey, look, share the video with the people out there, man. Share to y'all social media pages. We need to get more engagement going. You feel me? We need to get the word out there to the people that need to hear this stuff. You feel me? That's some real shit. You know what I'm saying? It's important that we stay consistent in that. For real, for real. But on that note, I'm finna get ready to get up out of here. Again, I've taken up more than enough of you great people's time, man. You feel me? That's some real shit. Let me see. Here was SWY said, love you, bro. Salute to you, Brody. Blue Shantani said, Creed, charging forward, OG. Creed, for sure, for sure. You too, Brody. The Vandal said, thank you, Do-Rock, for sharing your life and wisdom with the world. Hey, thank you all, Brody. For real, for real. Y'all make it easier for me to be able to come here and speak to y'all and engage with y'all. And that's exactly why I embrace all of y'all as family. You know what I'm saying? Point blank period. So we will never be short of any educational moments, time, or opportunity. You feel me? But all my love and respect go to all of y'all. You feel me? Shout out to everybody that was able to make the live. Shout out to everybody that engaged in the chat. If you catching this a little bit later, please feel free, jump in the comment section and leave your comments there. Keep everything positive. You know what I'm saying? Negativity, man, don't get us no growth. You know what I mean? Point blank period. So save it. Don't put no negative stuff in the comments because we have a place for you. You feel me? But on that note, I'm finna get ready to get up out of here. Y'all take care. Y'all stay safe out there. Let the people that's in your life know you love and appreciate them while you can. Let's start taking advantage of time while we got the time to do it, because tomorrow's promised to nobody. You feel me? But on that note, hey man, I love and appreciate you all. Till the next time we meet at this round table, which should be tomorrow, same bat time, same bat station. I got some heads, I got the crush. You feel me? And that's a figure of speech, man. No violence. You feel me? All content, though. On that note, I'm gone. I love all y'all. Y'all take care. Stay safe. Triple gang.